students, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Muhammad Ashraf and you're watching Ashraf Kaka channel. Dear students, in this lecture we will be talking about the moon, its physical characteristics, and as well as about the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse as well. So moon name is called as the Lunar, and it's the only natural satellite of Earth. Its gravity is of about 1/6 of Earth's gravity, which becomes 1.62 as compared to Earth's, which is of about 9.8 meter per second square. Its temperature ranges during daytime, it becomes 107 or 107 degrees Celsius, while during night it goes less to 100 minus 153 degrees Celsius during the night. It is much colder, so it has no the atmosphere of its own, but there exist only some negligible inert gases which has the valency of 0. Moon's light takes 1.3 seconds to reach the Earth. As we discussed in the lecture of Sun, that the Sun's light takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach the Earth, while Moon is much closer to Earth. That's why it takes just 1.3 seconds to reach Earth. Then Moon is of about 1/4 the size of Earth. Moon is of 1/4 the size of Earth. For example, if I make a circle and I cut this circle into 4 pieces, and it becomes only a piece of Earth. Okay? Then comes Earth is composed the same characteristics as the Earth is made of. Like for example, core exists at the center of Moon. It is made of core. Then comes mantle and the surface area, that is the crust. Then Moon takes 27.3 days to complete one revolution around the Earth. And then the Moon controls the oceanic tides due to its gravitational force. We have noticed, or some people, those who have experienced the oceanic voyages, they could have experienced the movement of the ships, the movement of the oceanic ships, and just because the tides which they move forth and back, this movement of the tides just caused due to the gravitational force of Earth as well as of the Moon. Then Moon is made of oxygen, silicon, magnesium, iron, calcium, and aluminium. This is the crust or mantle, or the crust which is made of these elements. Do you know about that who and which was the first company who landed on Moon? Apollo 11 is the US space flight which was landed on July 16, 1969. And there were sitting the commander Neil Armstrong and model pilot Buzz Aldrin. It was the first person. Neil Armstrong was the first person who landed on Moon, and it was an American company called as Apollo 11. So dear students, first of all we will understand about the lunar eclipse. ठीक है कि lunar eclipse इसको हम कहते हैं उर्दू में कि चांद गिरहन कैसे होता है और कब होता है, और इसका एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से हम कैसे उसको समझ सकते हैं. आइए देखते हैं. देखिए, जब अर्थ अपनी शेडो कास्ट करती है स्पेस में, तो इट इज ऑफ द कॉनिकल शेप. ठीक है, जब भी अर्थ अपनी शेडो कास्ट करती है तो द शेडो ऑफ द अर्थ दैट बिकम्स अ कॉनिकल शेप लाइक अ कॉन. ठीक है, तो जिसकी वजह से वो फिर शेडो पड़ने की वजह से एक्लिप्स पड़ जाता है मून पर. ठीक है, तो इस लूनर एक्लिप्स के 3 टाइप्स हैं. फर्स्ट टाइप इज द पेनुमरल लूनर एक्लिप्स. जब मून पेनुमरल रीजन ऑफ द अर्थ शेडो से पास हो रही होती है. फॉर एग्जांपल, दिस इज द पेनुमरल रीजन, this one, the up and down region, this is the shadow, this is the partial shadow of the Earth's. So that's why we call it the penumbral lunar eclipse. When the moon passes through the penumbra of Earth's shadow, that occurs the penumbral lunar eclipse. मतलब चांद गिरहन होता है, लेकिन that becomes a partial lunar eclipse. Then comes the partial lunar eclipse. देखें, जब moon conical shadow जो है, this is the conical shadow of the earth shadow. ठीक है, जब इस conical shadow से half, मतलब half of the moon is in the penumbra region and half of the moon is in umbra region. अच्छा, इस सिचुएशन में जब moon eclipse होती है, then we call it as the penumbral lunar eclipse. When then becomes a total lunar eclipse. देखें, जब moon earth के entirely conical area में आ जाता है. For suppose like this, I have shaded this moon. सो यू कैन सी जब अर्थ की कंप्लीटली शेडो पड़ जाती है उस अम्ब्रा रीजन पर जहां पर मून बिल्कुल परप्लेक्स हो जाता है, सो दैट वी कॉल इट एज द अम्ब्रा और द टोटल लूनर एक्लिप्स. अच्छा, ये लूनर एक्लिप्स अकर्स टू टाइम्स इन अ ईयर, टू टाइम्स इन अ ईयर, and it lasts for few hours. ठीक है, so that's why we call it as the lunar eclipse. So dear students, then comes the solar eclipse. देखिए, solar eclipse occur when moon blocks the light of the sun and shed its shadow on earth. There occurs the solar eclipse. There are two types of shadows of the moon. One is the umbra and the other one is the penumbra. Umbra shadow is the conical shadow of earth, which is called as the total shadow of moon, due to which there occurs a total eclipse, due to which this umbra shadow occurs a total eclipse, and the other type of the shadow that is called the penumbra, and due to this penumbral shadow there occurs the partial eclipse as well. Got it? And this shadow covers when a penumbral and umbral shadow occurs or eclipse occur, it covers a total area of 160 kilometers or 100 miles of an area, and it just lasts for a few minutes. This solar eclipse occur one time in the total duration of 18 months. It just occur one time in the total duration of 18 months. Then there is also a third type of eclipse that is called the annular solar eclipse. देखिए, solar annular eclipse वो होता है when there becomes or when there occurs a changing in the size of the moon and the sun. You can also see a picture on your screen as well. Moon becomes smaller than the size of the sun. There appears a ring sort of a picture, ठीक है, जिसकी वजह से only we can see or witness a ring of the sun, not the total sun, due to which there appears the annular solar eclipse. As we have studied that earth completes one revolution around the sun in 365 days. In the same way, moon also complete one revolution around the earth in 27.3 days. When sun, moon and earth appears in the same line, they got the alignment of the same sun, moon and earth, there appears the solar eclipses. So this was all about this solar system. See you in the next lecture.